Okay, now that I've managed to export this information from Sims, I'm now going to try to manipulate it and work with it so that it becomes a planning tool and supports my thinking when I'm preparing either a sequence of lessons or an individual lesson plan. Okay, so the very first and basic thing I'm going to do is look at which students are free school meals and which aren't. So I will refer to that at some point in the planning process. But one thing I'm going to do to really help me interpret the information that I've got in front of me is I'm just going to colour code my special educational needs. So all of those who are on school action, I will colour code yellow. So we've got Bethany. I'm going to hold control so I can select the multiple cells here. So we've got Bethany, Keely, Ashley, Cody. Got some down here. Who else do we have? Shannon, Josh and Jordan. They will all become yellow as they are on the school action register. The next thing I'm going to look at is who is on school action plus and highlight them in another colour. So I will colour those school action plus in blue, I think. Well, this nice kind of blue. So we've got Sam, Brandon. Let's see if there's any more. No, just Sam and Brandon, who are School Action Plus in the group. And then we've got Davis down here, who his N stands for never assigned. That means that he may have been on an SEN register at primary school, or that he had been assessed but never actually assigned to a category. So I need to just be aware of Davis. So I'll turn him another colour as well. Okay, so I've got flagged up the range of SEN needs and codes on the colour code here. Okay, the next thing really that I'll be looking to use this information for is to identify ability groupings within the class. So one of the things I'm just going to do is scroll across the top, click on data and actually look at some filters to help me organise this group. So as a result of the wealth of data that I've now got in front of me, one of the things I'm going to particularly look at, because I know this is used for setting citizenship groups, is the Key Stage 2 English grade, which is on this column here, and that's also transferred into an academy target or an expected target for English and also citizenship in this column here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at this column and I'm going to sort the group so that I'm going to have hopefully the least able at the top. So I'll start with least able. And what I can start to identify here is ability groupings. So I've got, let's have a look, I've got 5 students that are level 3. I've attained a level 3, so let's say I'm going to colour those in red. Then I've got a good section, a middle band here of level 4 students that I may need to split up into several ability groupings, so they will be orange. And then I've got a cohort here of level 5s. I've got 3 level 5s that I really need to be aware of, so that I can ensure that I'm stretching that cohort. Okay, and then I've got a tricky situation here at the bottom. I've got a student that did fail to actually achieve a grade at Key Stage 2, so I'm going to also place her in this red group or red category. And then I have students for whom we have no prior attainment. These will be students that have joined the school mid-year or weren't part of that initial Year 7 cohort. So I really need to assess pretty quickly and assign into an appropriate group. So what that provides me with is my 3 levels of ability for which I'm going to plan and try and ensure that I stretch. Other information that I'll be using to also identify different groups of ability is other information that I have here, so maybe reading and writing if there's any discrepancies there. And also, very, very importantly, information that I glean from my lessons with them. So I may find that Rachel's performance in citizenship warrants a much higher target grade, and that in order for me to really challenge and stretch her, I need to turn her blue. Now, if that is the case, I will just need to make very specific and careful reference to Rachel and why I've moved her into this top ability band. I'm now ready to ensure and now ready to plan my lesson, organise learning in my classroom to make sure that these 3 different ability groupings are challenged appropriately.